I love the countdown. It's always so dramatic. Gives me a good little intro. Hey, what's going on? I'm Persia, Nicole, hanging out with Tawanda Taylor, founder and chief executive officer from Second Chance Behavioral Health Services. How are you, Tawanda?
I'm good. How are you, Persia?
I'm amazing. You know what? I'm really excited to have this conversation with you tonight because in a time right now where we really, as Americans, go through a lot of health issues, substance abuse, we need to have this conversation. There's tons of people that I know we can help and tons of people that can come to you and say, Tawanda, I'm going through it right now. How can you help me through this process? Let's first talk about why you started this treatment center. You know, you woke up one day, did you decide you want to do this? What was the passion behind that?
Well, actually, I didn't start with the treatment center. I started with owning assisted living homes. And so my population was more just elderly people.
Okay.
And then probably about 4 years in, the opioid epidemic hit. So I was no longer getting referrals for elderly people. I was getting referrals for people who needed housing who were substance abuse. I knew absolutely nothing about substance abuse, absolutely nothing. So I started taking people who had substance abuse issues and I was housing them in my assisted living homes. And so I had quite a few of them and they kept saying that they had to leave and they would go to group every single day. Still, I'm totally confused. So they would go to group every day and they said they was going to group and they would have group therapy 4 times a week. So they would come back to the house after group was over and I would say, well, if you're going to group every day, excuse me, if you're going to group every day, how come you're still using? Oh, excuse me. So a light bulb went on in my head because they were going to group for treatment, but I wasn't seeing any results. So I decided to open up my own. I knew how I wanted to treat them. So I opened up my own. With a lot of research, I was able to open up my own. And this is how I got into substance abuse.
Wow. Isn't that crazy that you start somewhere and you end up in a whole nother place?
Exactly. I had if you had asked me this 5 years ago, would I be doing this? I would be like, are you kidding me? Absolutely not.
But I know you have tons of people. Yeah, you love it. And you have tons of people that surround you that have studied these for years and years and years because you guys are known to be the best substance abuse and mental health clinic in the area. So, you know what I mean? So, I mean.
You're right about that.
So this is, of course, your baby, and there's so many people that are excited to be a part of this. Really quick, what makes Second Chance you feel like stands out among the other clinics? Because it is one of the best in the area.
Well, I think what makes Second Chance stands out, one of the things we do, we accept couples. A lot of programs will not accept couples because they believe you should do your recovery by yourself. You shouldn't have to worry about, being in a relationship and all of the things that come with being in a relationship. Your recovery comes first. However, with us, I find from my experience, they help each other. When one falls, the other one is there to pick them up. So it works for Second Chance. I can't explain why it doesn't work for anybody else, but it works for Second Chance.
Yeah, and I love that because in a relationship, like you have that person that is going to be your foundation. And why not get through it with them together? Like to be separated, like that would just make me feel even worse on myself. Like my heart would ache not knowing what they're doing.
Exactly. And then you take the focus. The focus goes to what are they doing? What are they doing? Where are they?
Yeah. Actually, I'm excited that you bring in couples and they're together. And we actually have a couple people that is going to be joining us. E and Mia, they both came in as couples, correct? Let's see if we can bring E and Mia on the screen. Hey.
Hi.
Look, you got your mask on. You're like, I don't know what y'all got to explain. What's going on, E? How are you?
I'm all right.
Yes. So you came into Second Chance as a couple. What was your experience like while you entered, this clinic?
It was different. It was different because, excuse me, doing it with your spouse, it's a little different. But for me, it worked because I was here with her, she was here with me. You know what I'm saying? If I was going through something, I could always talk to her or talk to the counselor. It just was something that I've never seen before, and it helped me out. It just opened my mind up, and it's been great. I think Second Chance is a great program. I think if people give it a chance, you know what I mean, don't just come for the how. Give it a chance. Listen to the people. Listen to the counselors. They'll get a lot out of it. They'll get a lot out of this program.
Yeah.
But they have to.
Go ahead.
They just have to want it.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest issue too, wanting change and wanting to be different, right?
Right.
Did you do different activities with your spouse as well? Did you guys do stuff together, planning together?
Well, I thought it would be better for me if I did it my way, my recovery my way, and she did hers her way. But we still got together and talked about things at certain times. It just helps. Like if you know you're going through something you might don't want her to know about, or she might, you just do it separate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that way y'all can come together later and talk about what y'all want to talk about. But it can work in good. It worked good for me. It did.
Yeah, I know that's right. Well,
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for your recovery, and I'm excited for this process for you.
Thanks.
And you seem like you are very excited for change. And I pray so much change comes to you and your partner as well. And I'm excited that you went to Wands and the whole squad because they're amazing.
So I'm boss lady. That's the one. She the one.
Because E now works for us. He works for Second Chance. Because we wouldn't give you. This is not just a treatment program. This is an opportunity.
Definitely.
Yeah. So while you get the recovery services as well, you can also turn into a job.
Absolutely.
So
and
what are the different jobs?
You still stay in your recovery because you're doing it with people that's going through the things you went through. So you can help them now. You know what I mean? I can help more people now by me being in the process. You know, they can talk to me sometimes. You know, it's definitely great. So it's working. I just love the fact that she gave me a chance, and I gave myself a chance, and I'm gonna continue on doing what I got to do.
Yeah. Hey, E, everybody deserves a second chance, Papa.
That's right.
That's right. E, I appreciate you. Are we gonna bring in Mia too? Is Mia there that she can talk to us for a second?
Yeah. Not me. Somebody else gonna talk.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Come on.
Oh, it's Dana.
Hey, Dana.
It's Dana.
Well, Dana, we can't see that gorgeous face.
We can't see your face.
Can you see me now?
Nope, bring it down some.
Yep.
You can see me now?
A little teeny more. There you go. Beautiful.
Now, you good?
Yep.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Dana, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. So, Dana, what is your relationship with Second Chance?
My relationship with Second Chance is my family. I came to Second Chance in 2016. Tawanda was introduced into my life. Tawanda had instilled some belief in me and some hope in me that helped me to believe and hope in myself. She has given me opportunity to change my life, to be a better person than I used to be. And now I started with Tawanda when she had her assisted living houses. Now Tawanda has a slew of houses. I started as a house manager. Now I'm the housing coordinator for Second Chance.
Okay.
I've been with Tawanda for over 5 years. I've been in the process for over 5 years. I have done tremendous things in my life. I have went to school. I'm working on my credit, getting my credit together. And life is good. Life is good. And I'm so grateful for Second Chance. And it's an awesome program. And, you know, I see people that come in every day with the struggle that I came in with. And if you just give yourself a chance, it'll be fine. Trust me, I'm a living witness. I know. I came through the door as well. And Tawanda is amazing. And Second Chance is a loving program. We have counseling, we have therapy, we have group sessions, we have everything that you can offer someone who wants to change their life. Everything, all the services you can offer them to better their self. And if you just give yourself a chance and give yourself a break, it will work. It worked for me, and it's still working. I'm still in the process of getting my life together, learning new things, new experiences. God is blessing me with new opportunities. And I'm forever grateful for Tawanda and Second Chance.
I love that. And I love that you was with them since 2016 and you're still a part of the family. It really feels like it's a bond experience. It's not like you come to the treatment center and you're like, okay, have a great day. Thank you for your services. It's no, let's figure out the next steps for you. How can we make you better? How can we make you a better bond with your family? What is the job situation looking like? How can we keep you off the streets? And I love that.
Yes. And I actually talk to the people that come in, and I actually talk to them and I tell them, you can use me as a witness. It worked for me. If you can't look at anybody, you can look at me, because if I can do it, you can do it. You just have to grab hold of the opportunity. Tawanda's a woman that believes in people. She sees the good in people, and she'll give you an opportunity and a chance to prove yourself. You just have to take hold of the opportunity and the chance to do it. Believe me, it works. It works. My life is right now. You know,
I love that.
I don't regret my past experiences. I really don't. You know, and in a way, I'm grateful for them, because I wouldn't have had the opportunity or the chance to run into this opportunity of seeing my life in a different way. So I am forever grateful. But it's an awesome program. Second Chance Behavioral Health Services.
I know that's right. God. Get her on a commercial, baby. I love that right there. Testimonies. Thank you so much. I appreciate
it. You have a nice day.
All right, you too. I love that. See, this is what it's all about right there. And you know, really your organization is amazing. And, you know, I think that people need to really be a part of this. If you have any issues, if your family member has any issues, to really be a part of Second Chance. I want to remind you, as Tawanda and I have a conversation right now, you can actually ask any questions that you want, and I'll pop it up on the screen and we'll read it, and Tawanda can answer it about substance abuse, mental health, whatever it may be, and how you can be a part of course, the clinic. So do we have anybody else that we want to bring in?
Nope. That's
just
it.
Me and you? Okay.
Yep, just me and you.
Me and you. What are some different forms of mental health that people maybe don't know about or not familiar with?
Different forms of mental health. So a lot of it is we have a lot of anxiety. A lot of our clients come in with the diagnosis of anxiety, depression, paranoid schizophrenia. But I would say the majority of it is depression. Depression. One of the things that we try to take away from someone who's recovering is a place to stay. Because there's no way you can focus on your recovery if you have no place to stay.
Right.
So what we try to do is we bring them in and we provide housing for them so they can solely focus on their recovery. The other thing that we do, we start to work on your outside. You know, we get your hair done. You come, you get your hair cut. Yeah, we do braids. We have people do your hair, because that's just the beginning. Because if you can see yourself as beautiful, it'll help you work on your inside.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the greatest things we do. And I have seen it turn around, you know, just from getting someone's hair done. You know, they're so much more open to treatment. So as I said before, I love this. I love this.
And I can tell that everybody loves to be in part of this organization and this family. Like, not even calling it an organization, not even calling it a treatment center, like being a part of your Second Chance family means a lot. You know what I mean? From Eve, him talking about it, he was smiling, like he was happy. He was so happy. Like Dee, she was so happy. Like, and that just makes my heart so warm that you give these people opportunities to better themselves in so many ways. You know, so I love that. And I want to remind you again, as we're talking, you guys can ask questions and I'll post it up here. If you have any questions about anything, Tawanda or myself can answer it. So I was reading something on Twitter, Tawanda.
Okay.
And this person was saying that they feel like this pandemic has caused them to drink a whole lot and they're on the verge of being like an alcoholic. Have you seen more people come in to the clinic more than ever during this pandemic?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have. We have gotten a lot of people. Funny that you should say that, for the exact reason of drinking. Because if you remember at one time, everything was closed except for the liquor store.
Right.
That was the only thing that was open.
We can't get toilet paper. We can get some liquor.
Yeah. No, you can't eat, but you can get something to drink. Yeah.
Right.
So absolutely. Absolutely. And believe it or not, it was really hard on our clients as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard on our clients as well. I would say that during that whole COVID process of lockdown, it probably was one of the worst times that Second Chance had because it was idle time for them.
Yeah.
They were having group through telemed. They weren't coming into the building. And a lot of them, I make them look at this as their job. You have to get up every morning and come to work. And so when they weren't able to come to the building, it affected the program a lot. So I'm just glad that we're at a point where we're starting to open up more and the clients are coming back into the building.
Yeah, absolutely. Because did you guys do any type of virtual programs during that time?
That's what we did. We did group from the houses virtually. And so that was hard to even keep their focus.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, and then, you're sitting in the house. What else do you have to do after that? Like, you can't really interact with people. So you're like, okay, nothing else is open but the liquor store. Like restaurants are like, you can get food and you can take this bottle with you to go. So it was like they were encouraging people to drink in their idle time.
Exactly. That is so true. Because we would normally, under normal circumstances, when the clients come to group Monday through Thursday for 2.5 hours a day. And then they're required to go to a meeting twice a week.
Okay.
And we provide transportation to them to go to an NA meeting or, any type of meeting. But at that time, even the meetings were closed. So we're starting to get back in the flow of things, now that the clients are starting to go to meetings twice a week. And that is a requirement that they have to go to one of the NA meetings or some type of home meeting. That's a requirement now.
Okay. When they go to these meetings, what actually happens there? Like, what do they get? What type of resources do they get when they attend the meetings?
They fellowship. They get a chance to share their experiences with other people who have been through the same experiences. They get a lot of literature. It's basically just fellowship. They fellowship together. So it works.
We have a question right here that pops up from Pearl. Hey, Pearl. Pearl says, how do I apply? Yep, we didn't even get to that yet, too. So thank you, Pearl.
Pearl, you don't have to apply. You just have to come through the door. Okay. We're at 5517 Ritchie Highway. All you have to do is want to come through the door, and we will take it from there.
So when they come through the door right now during this COVID-19 pandemic, do they have to follow different protocols? What's the difference now before the pandemic?
Well, everyone is tested for COVID before they are placed into housing. So they come to the door, we will test them for COVID. And if they're positive, then we go in a different direction. We have a quarantine house where clients who come in that are new are quarantined before they go into the houses, the population.
Nice. So let me say this, and I'm sure you probably are feeling like I am too. These latest police killings and police brutality on the Black culture has stressed me out. Okay. Do you think like that can cause critical, tragic, long-term moments with all of this police brutality?
Absolutely. I do believe that. Believe it or not, because a lot of the clients have had their experiences with the police, maybe not as bad as, what's going on now, but a lot of them have had experiences with that. So yeah, that definitely can bring on a lot of trauma. Absolutely.
And also one of the biggest arguments right now is legalizing marijuana. People have argued that this will cause, mental issues. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts on legalizing marijuana. If it's used for medication purposes, I have a lot of clients who will come in and say, I have a marijuana card. And it's not used to get high. So if you have a marijuana card and you're in the program, one of my rules is the marijuana has to be 90% CBD.
Okay.
And very little THC. So now that lets me know that you need it for anxiety, to sleep, as opposed to using it to get high. So if it's medical, I am all for it. 110% if you're using it for medical.
Okay. All right. For people who are just joining, I want to remind you guys can ask questions. Anything you want to know about Second Chance, we actually have a question right here coming from our Radio 1 Baltimore page. Actually, no, they're saying if you have any questions, there we go. Just go ahead and ask. What's up with Tawanda? Yeah, Tawanda Taylor right here. Let's for people who are just joining, let's talk about Second Chance again, actually, what your substance abuse is all about, mental health is all about, and how people can get help. Because it's a great organization. I really want people to, be a part of this. And I wish that people could also see E and D earlier, because they were great, living testimonials of your business. So I'm excited about that. But let's give them some more details on it, just in case they missed it.
So, I mean, if you ready to make a change, all you have to do is come through the door. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 4:30. You can come through the door and we will take it from there. And that's all I need. The first step, you to make the first step, and I'll take it from there. And believe it or not, we are a family, because a lot of people, they have done a lot of things and they no longer have that family connection.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for that family connection, this is where you should be. Second Chance Behavioral Health, 5517 Ritchie Highway.
I know that's right. And it really is a family. I mean, I could tell, even when, E&D was on the camera earlier, if you guys missed them, they just were both so happy. And for both of them to say that not only did they join this family, join Second Health, but they also got a job. So Second Chance gave them some different options to be a better person. Once you join the process and join, everything going on with the treatment centers, how can they get a job? How long do they have to be a part of the treatment to start working?
So what happens is you come through the door with intensive outpatient. That means that you will go to group 4 times a week for 2.5 hours. And then into 6 months, you will graduate into outpatient treatment. You can still live in the facilities, but your group goes from 4 times a week, 2.5 hours a day, to twice a week for 1 hour a day. So when you move into the OP, that's when you can go to work. And any money that you save while you're working, Second Chance will match towards your place.
Wow.
You're ready to move into an apartment, we will pay your security deposit just to give you a little boost.
Yeah.
To move forward. So probably in the range of 6 to 8 months.
I love that, because, a lot of treatment centers do not do what you do. And you should, I'm sure, and I know you're so proud of yourself, and, you witness all these people in their lives being changed like this every single day. So I commend you. And I really do applaud you. And I'm very, very, very thankful for you and everything you do for our culture and our community. You are really amazing.
Oh, thank you, Persia.
I mean, seriously, because I knew a little bit more about it before, but now, like, just knowing the whole process, how you started, this wasn't even a direction you were going to go into, and it fell right into your lap. And like, this is your calling. This is what you were supposed to be doing.
This is my calling. And I'm so glad I finally answered. It was the best decision I ever made. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the people, and I love watching the transformation. Yeah. I remember how they come through the door. It's just amazing to watch the transformation. And it makes it all worthwhile. It makes all the stress of it worthwhile.
Yeah, I love it. Let's talk about the difference in attendance between summer and winter, because there are some differences there, right?
Summertime that's when your numbers start to trickle down, because you don't get as many people coming in the summertime. And normally when you get the clients that come in the summertime, that they are serious about recovery, because the summertime, it's warm outside. You don't have a problem being outside. You know, you don't have a problem sleeping in tents or, you know, it's warm. So when you get clients who come in the summer, you know that they are serious about recovery. The wintertime, it's kind of iffy. Are you either serious about recovery or it's cold outside? So after, I would say probably about a month or so, then you will know who's serious about recovery and who's not when it's the wintertime. So the numbers are increasingly in the wintertime because everybody, you don't know if everybody wants to get clean because it's cold outside or they want to come in because they want treatment. So actually I love the summer because it lets me know who is serious about treatment.
How do you know? Like, how do you like diagnose them once they come in? Because it could be even in the summertime, it might be hot outside, and they're just kind of like, you know what? I don't want to be outside the heat, so I'm going to go over there and just have somewhere to stay. How do you know that they really have mental health or substance abuse issues?
Well, they're diagnosed when they come through the door. You know, they're diagnosed when they come through the door for substance abuse and mental health. And you're absolutely right. You will get clients who just want to get inside out of the heat. But those clients don't last very long. Because the minute that the heat breaks, they're gone. So you'll know. And a lot of it is just a feeling. A lot of it is a feeling. You can tell who's really, really tired.
And who really, really wants that help. You can absolutely tell. Brian Hartz, and we talked a little bit about this earlier. Let's mention it again. The question is, have you seen a big spike in people needing help since the COVID-19 pandemic?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There has been a huge spike. It's kind of trickled down a little bit now because things are starting to open up. But yeah, at one point we were getting a lot of people in during this COVID. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because we talked about it earlier with the drinking and you're sitting at home kind of, you know, twiddling your thumbs, like, you know, staring at the wall. You're not working. You're not doing this.
You couldn't you couldn't get food anywhere, but you can definitely get to the liquor store.
Because, you know, and that's a problem too, because liquor stores on every corner in a lot of communities, especially in the city. And that's one thing that, you know, really bothers me, but that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation. Okay, I'm with you on that.
Right. Do you help churches that need places to send people?
I'm sorry?
Churches, like different organizations, if they need help to send people, can they contact you as well and say, hey, I have a group of people that may need some help here at the church. Can we send me your way?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We welcome that. Absolutely. Again, our number is 410-505-0013. We're here between 9 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. So absolutely, that would be amazing.
And then another thing, let's talk about the age groups as well. Can kids come to the program? What is the age that you start with and maybe go up to or whatever it may be?
We start at 20.
Okay.
And we go up to 65, 70. We don't have any adolescents.
Okay, so people can't come in there and say, hey, my child is 16, I'm signing off on this, I want to send them here.
No, we are only adult population.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Tawanda, we have about like a minute left. Really quick, let's talk about again what type of tools and programs and resources that Second Chance Behavioral Health Services provides.
We provide intensive outpatient treatment, and that's treatment 4 days a week. And then we have outpatient treatment. We have partial hospitalization treatment, and that's when someone comes through the door and they need a little bit more care. That's group 7 days a week, 6.5 hours a day. So those are the programs that we provide here. We also have mental health. Our mental health is outsourced, but we have counselors and therapists here in the building on site to see any client that comes through the door that's having a mental health episode.
I love it. And of course, they are a family over there. And we've heard testimonials earlier. Tawanda, you are amazing. I'm so happy this fell into your lap And I'm so excited to have you all part of my family now because, I want to make sure if I know anybody, I can send them your way too.
Absolutely.
If you know somebody, that needs help, call them up at 410-505-0013, secondchancebhs.com. That's Tawanda Taylor. She founded this amazing organization, Second Chance Behavioral Health Services. Thank you, Tawanda.
Thank you, Persia. It was amazing.
You too. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay.